What's up, guys? Spin Firearms here, and I have a couple people that are newer to firearms, just getting into them, and they asked me some tips for the range and stuff like that, safety, just tips in general. And so, here's the thing: indoor ranges are hard to deal with, especially when you first get used to firearms. It can be nerve-wracking to go up there and shoot a firearm for the first time. Other people watching, other people around. Your target may not look as good as theirs after you're done shooting, and so on. It can be nerve-wracking, but there are a couple things you can do. One, what I like to do is I like to talk to other people there. Like, I'll shoot for a little bit, but just to break the ice in the room, I like to say, "Hey, what are you shooting?" It's led so many times with them saying, "Hey, try it out. Here's, I'm like, I'll give you some ammo." Some people say no. That's why I got the CZ P10S. I was at an outdoor range just shooting for fun, and I literally asked, "Hey, what are you shooting?" And he showed me his firearms. He's like, "You want to shoot it? Let me shoot 2 mags." I'm like, "I'll give you ammo." He's like, "Don't worry about it." It's like, people at the range are really cool. You can be the most different people in the world, but you're both there for that one reason, and it's because you love firearms. So I like to talk to people, break the ice. You don't have to sit around and have a conversation. I just literally ask them what they're shooting, and they ask back, and it is what it is. So it's nice to, be around. Also, it's nice to know who's in the room. Like, for instance, when I bring people to go shooting for the first time, they get nervous that other people have firearms around them, and it's loud, and there's a lot going on, and they're nervous about if they treat things safely. So what I always tell them is most people who carry firearms and are at the range and are taking the time to learn are pretty good. It's the people that are making videos of mag dumps and have their finger on the trigger in every video. Those are the people that you more have to worry about. Most people at the range tend to be good people, just love firearms, that know basic safety. Literally, don't aim a firearm at anything you're not willing to kill or destroy. Keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to pull it and aimed on your target. And on top of that, what a lot of people forget about is to have fun. That's why I don't film all my time. I don't like filming. I know it sounds weird because I have a YouTube channel. I love YouTube. I love making videos like this for people and interacting with people, but I don't like being on camera all the time. I like to just be able to do my thing, mess around, and have fun. That's a big thing at the range. It's not always serious. You have to enjoy this. You gotta have fun. You gotta laugh. You gotta go with people. But anyways, so what I tell people when I go is there's basically, if you're with one other person, let's say, you're gonna be the one that's up to the table shooting. I always tell that person to stand back, at least 5-6 feet. One, obviously, hot brass, which usually isn't a big deal, but just I like having I don't like having people up on me while I'm shooting, and I'm sure other people don't like having you up on them while they're shooting. So I always just say stand back. And while they're doing that, what's really nice at the local range near me, they have chairs and they have a little windowsill. You can literally just have that person loading. So usually what I do is one person loading, one person shooting. That tends to work for me, unless you're messing around and playing a game, competing with that target and so on. Anyways, I like keeping my bay clear too. Like, there's one video I shoot 150 rounds. Normally I'm not going to shoot 150 rounds at one time like that. I clean up every couple magazines. I want, it to be spotless. I don't want other people to fall. I want to be safe. I want to get out of there. That's the point. To get in there, train, get better, and get out. And then another thing is, like, get to know the people in that area. Because here's the thing. When it comes down to it, these are the other people that are fighting for your rights. These are the other people that care about firearms. These are the other people that care about protecting themselves. These are the people we want to get along with and learn from. And every time I go to the range, I learn something. Every time I go to the range, every time I go to the gun store, I learn something. I take something away. And that's sort of been my goal, because obviously I don't know everything, but I like picking up stuff, hearing from other people, hearing from veterans who've experienced certain firearms. It's just... the range is where you're going to get that info at online, and that's going to be the realest stuff. Those are going to be people who've experienced this stuff. They're not doing it for the camera and so on. So I just enjoy talking to people in general. Keeping everything clean. Firearms obviously pointed down range. Now, when it comes to shooting, people always ask what distances. I like to stay at 21 feet or 20 feet, because that's going to be 98% of your self-defense encounters. But I also do like throwing it out. Also, find a range that has targets like the one I go to. They flip, and so basically you have let's say you have a hostage target or whatever. Basically that flips around, and you have to get 3 shots off on the bad guy before it flips back, and it tricks you. And so it's like a decision making. I don't know if you've seen those, but it's automatic. You just do a setting. It tells you how many rounds you'll need, have a couple magazines, and it's super fun. So trying stuff like that. Also, another huge tip, I always tell people this. I try to do it myself. It's not always possible, but get the targets with the smallest targets. Here's the thing. If you get a target that's the size of a basketball, yellow, let's say the next ring is green, and in the center it's red, right? It doesn't matter. Like, your mind, like, I've done this, at least it's for me. If I shoot anywhere in that massive target, I'm going to say, okay, I hit the target. Like, my mind is, like, okay with it. Whereas if I have a small target and I'm a little outside on my groupings, I'm like, I missed the target. It sort of just like motivates you to like shoot precisely, which in self-defense isn't always the best. You want to spread the love a little bit, but for target practice stuff, you want to work on groupings and stuff. So I always say get the smallest. That's why I like the battleship ones. I'm trying to think what other ones I've used in the past. But anyways, I like, the smallest. Oh, the cards. They're 2-inch by 1-inch cards, or 2-inch by 2-inch cards, something like that. And you can literally call it out, King of Hearts, and then shoot the King of Hearts. And it makes it so like, hey, I hit the Queen of Hearts, I messed up, And so that's something I try to tell people, works for me, help me get better. So anyways, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.